ready last night, but I heard this morning when he said, go up to the mountain and bring wood. Almost reminds me of a story of Abraham, when God told him, Abraham, take thy son, thy only son, and sacrifice him, right? And so he went off to that place. What did he take when he went to sacrifice him? Wood, knife, fire. Come on. The knife for cutting. The wood. Come on. In Revelation, God didn't leave him without revelation as to what he was going to do next. God was going to do something miraculously next. And he did something. And by him being obedient and going up. So he said, we're back in the story. He said, look, since you supposedly don't have enough, that's what Joshua said. He said, you supposedly don't have enough. Let's see if you can do what it takes. Go up. When I do like this, y'all, come on, be with me. You know, I don't have the cue cards, okay? All right. That's good. We got it, right? Clear. So go up. Clear some of that stuff out of your life. Come on. Remove some of those giants that you've been living with. You know that thing, a giant? You've been carrying them wherever you go, into the house of God, on the altar, carrying that giant. You can barely live. Why are you going through that when you can just remove it? But no, we don't want to do what's necessary to remove it. We don't want the cutting. We don't want the knife. We don't want the fire. Come on. And so, remove some of those giants, because before you can operate out of plenty, you have to make room for it. You have to. Come on, you ain't now. Y'all getting a little weak on me. Must we rehearse it again? Should we rehearse it? Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go! All right. When I do that, that's what I want to hear. Come on. Amen. And so you say, clear some of that stuff, remove some of them giants, because before you can go up and all of that, you know, you have to make room for it. You can't remain where you are fearing those same giants. Some of us have been dealing with the same giants in and out of our lives. And sometimes, you know what, we come up on the altar at times, not just the altar, wherever we may be, and we think, oh, we coughed up a giant. That ain't how you deal with your giant. You can't cough up a giant. Okay, that's maybe clearing some room for it. Did he say clear some room? Okay, that's clearing some room. That's making you aware that that giant is there and he exists. You think, he's gone. You ain't did no work. Come on, we lazy. We don't want to do the work. Y'all know that we don't want to do the work. We don't want that. We want the apostle to lay hands on me over and over again and over and over again. We don't want him to lay hands. We want to see him sweat. Get his sweat napkin. We'll wipe it. We want to see him sweat. Just for me to think that I'm coughing up a giant. You ain't did nothing. All right. So in verse 16. In verse 16, the children of Joseph said, and this is what they said, the mountain country is not enough for us. Well, let me see. I think they said the mountain country is not enough for us. And all the Canaanites who dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron. Both those who are of Beth-shean, which is the house of ease, and its towns, and those who are the valley of Jezreel, God will sow. So he put you in the middle, in the mix. Come on. In the middle, in the mix. And say, deal with it. Half of you are at ease. Yep. And then you're in a place where God will sow. See, you don't want to confront. You want the area, you want the land, but you don't want to go up. And when you go up, it means you got potential disaster waiting for you at first. You got some giants ready to confront your way and take you back to where you came from. So that's why you say, well, we'd rather, but yet we want ours, but we don't want to do the necessary work. We don't want the elbow grease, so to speak. Amen? So, yeah. So those who, okay. If you're not ready to confront your enemies, I just said that, don't complain. Stop. We need to stop. We all got to stop this complaining. Because when you confront nothing. I like when people said, you got demons and devils and all that, and you can't even confront Leroy. The smallest of the imps, Leroy. The smallest of the imps. You won't even deal with him. Herbert, you can't even deal with Herbert. Or Huey. You got baby Huey and you can't even deal with Huey. All right. So you always, this is what it is that you'll always find giants in the place of your greatest potential. When you'll always find giants in the place of your greatest potential when you come on. You always find giants there. It's not happenstance. Hey, come on, it says in the Word in the New Testament, don't think it's strange. Don't think it's strange at the things that, the fiery darts and the confrontation and all of the trials and the tribulations and all those things. When you stop sitting in that lazy place and you gain some momentum and you decide, I'm going to go forth and I'm going to go. Amen.
You preaching.
Yes.
And so they're saying we want more, but we aren't willing to do the work for it. We just want it because. We just want it because. And in verse 16, they were afraid of the chariots of iron, which speaks of hardness. They didn't want to confront the hard places. You know, in places where you've been dealing with them too long. You know they're there. You know they're right there. You pinpointed them. You located them. You know what's going on. But they're too hard. I don't want to humble myself, because that's a process of humbling yourself. I don't want to, take authority over it. So I'll just let it stay there. I'll live with the jealousy and the bitterness and the anger and the deceit and the lies. I'll live with them all, because they're hard for me. Come on. And so, yeah. We want more, but we aren't willing to do the work. So, yeah, they were afraid of the hard places. You have people who don't want to go up to the high places. Neither are they willing to deal with the hard places. But I'm ready for my assignment. I want it. I deserve it. I'm going to go get my cards printed. I'm going to get about 3,000 cards, hand them out. Will you guys help me hand them out? Come on.
Not the parking lot, man.
Yeah. As far as I'm going is in the basement, and I'm going to deal with Huey in the basement. That's as far as I'm going. In the basement ministry. And come on. Huey down there got some punches for you. You don't even know it. Just because his name is weak. Huey and Herbert. Just because his name is weak. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. You can be pillar to post. Come on. And so yeah. So you have the people who won't go up and go to the high places, or not willing to deal with the high places. Look at your neighbor. Are you ready? And say, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Now look at yourself. Say, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Okay. 17. Joshua addressed the house of Joseph by name. Come on, this is good stuff here. Finally, he addressed them by name. Joshua spoke to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh. He addressed them by name.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Because Ephraim is doubly fruitful.
Yes.
And Manasseh forgetting the pain.
Yes.
Saying, you are a great people. You have great power. Again, he reassured them that they were right, that the mountain country, the high places shall be theirs. Come on. We just said what?
Go up.
And you know what? You can.
Go up.
Come on, you can.
Go up.
And that's what he was saying. Yeah, okay, you're right. He recognized that, yeah, the high places do belong to you. And pretty much he was saying, don't let it be said that you didn't get what was coming to you. Don't blame Joshua. Don't blame the pastor. Right. Don't blame your apostle. Right. We're not getting enough. Yeah. But you're worth more than that lot. You got to know you're worth more than that. More than what your natural eye can see. And more than what you've marked off for yourself. Amen. See, God did his markings, and then you had your mark. When you remarked it. You limited your boundaries. So yeah, by this time in 17, you could really hear the bit of sarcasm in Joshua's voice. But come on, like I mentioned, the various ones complaining is not enough. Again, we just mentioned they won't
go up.
It's not enough because you are not where you are supposed to be.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to get this. If you're where you're supposed to be, it's enough, ain't it?
Yeah. Right.
And so if you're content in that season,
that's it.
And you're not complaining, you got your assignment, and you're going with it, and you're going forth, it's enough. Yes. You're not complaining.
Yeah. Amen.
And so, but you must be a contender. Amen. Paul says something in 2 Corinthians 8 and 11. I like that. Just write that down. Now, therefore, perform the doing of it, that as there was a readiness to will, so there may be a performance also out of that which you have.
Come on.
Come on. So there's a ready to will, there's a performance out of that which you have. Come on. Your assignment is enough. And then you get people. Apostle hear him a lot. Well, let's talk about the church down the street or down the corner. I don't know my assignment. You've been in this church how many years? 10? 15?
Wow.
Or 13? And you say, I don't know my assignment. Joshua tells them that which was given as their share would be a sufficient lot for them if they would but work and fight. Men excuse themselves from labor by any pretense, and nothing serves the purpose better than having rich and powerful relations. Wow. Sometimes you connect yourself with the right people, huh? And you're great. I asked earlier, what determines your greatness, huh? So you connect yourself with rich and powerful relations, able to provide for them, and they are apt to desire a partial and unfaithful disposal of what is entrusted to those they think able to give such help. But best of them, but there is more real kindness in pointing out the advantages within reach. Come on. See, whether you're here or you're there, you got to learn to be sufficient in what you have, wherever you're at. Paul said that, didn't he? Said, I've learned to be a base, I've learned to abound. Whatever state, wherever I'm at, whether having food or no food, lacking or having. And so, 2 Corinthians 8 and 12, and this is one of my favorites, I love this, and you can also use it here, says if there is first a will in mind, it is accepted. If you first have a will in mind, it's accepted. According to what one has. We just said that, right? I love this scripture. According to what one has, not according to what he does not have.
Yeah.
And the rule is they shall not eat who will not work. Oh. And see, God will carry you for so long. He allowed the married man of God to carry you for so long. You're not willing to go up. Come on. If you're not willing to go up, you're not willing to go into the wood, get your honey, your revelation, get your wisdom, your counsel. And so those that are not willing to work, and many are of our cannots are only the language of idleness.